Now, free messaging apps on our phones like WhatsApp and Line are incredibly popular, but how do they make money? Investors are certainly keen. Line just debuted on the New York Stock Exchange, and it's the biggest tech IPO this year. It's also being listed in Tokyo, and that's where Mayu Yoshida picks up the story.
It's the world's biggest tech IPO so far this year. Shares in Japanese messaging app Line have started trading in New York and will be listed in Tokyo on Friday. Line is the top messaging app in Japan, Taiwan, and Thailand. It's a subsidiary of South Korea's Naver and has 218 million monthly active users.
I use Line at work and of course with my family and friends. Everyone uses Line.
So I have Taiwanese friends, so we use that to contact each other.
And we came here because we know the Line characters from using the app almost every day.
Well, Line was launched in 2011 to help people stay in touch after the earthquake and tsunami knocked down most of the phone services here in Japan. And now it turned itself into an enormous communication platform, not only in Japan, but also in markets like Taiwan and Indonesia. Rather than competing with bigger rivals like WeChat and WhatsApp, Line decided to monetize its services by offering new ones that are integral to everyday life. Users can transfer money, read news, and search for jobs all in one app. And there's also growth available in advertising. Many foreign investors are already on board with this high-profile tech firm.
Line holds an overwhelming market share in Japan as the top messaging app, as well as in Taiwan and Thailand. It's also expanding in Indonesia. So now that it has established itself as a major messaging app in 4 markets, this leaves room for Line to monetize in the advertisement sector.
The share offering is expected to raise up to $1.3 billion for Line in a deal that values the company at around $7 billion. Mayu Yoshida, TRT World, Tokyo.
Well, let's stay in Tokyo, and Dr. Serkan Toto joins us now. He's a mobile industry consultant. Dr. Toto, we learned a little bit there about how Line makes its money. Do you think it's worth the valuation?
I'm a little bit bearish on Line as a whole, to be honest. I think that Line's monetization is very much focused on 2 big areas. It's games. So what Line users can do is inside the application they start games, and these games are free to play in principle, but you can pay for in-app purchases with real money. And the other big area where Line is making money at the moment is virtual sticker sales. So instead of typing into your chat application, the words "thank you," you rather send, a sticker where a cute character says these words. So you convey emotions in a different and indirect way. And I think that Line, at the moment at least, is stuck in these 2 monetization schemes.
It's not terribly big in the West, although perhaps it would like to be. I mean, WhatsApp is. WhatsApp, as far as I know, doesn't sell these sort of add-ons. How do they make money?
Yes, it's a very good question. So WhatsApp almost makes no money at all. So they sold themselves to Facebook, and as part of such an organization, WhatsApp as a company doesn't have to worry about monetization anymore. These other Western chat applications, Facebook Messenger is another example. They are not really as good in monetizing as far as monetization is concerned as the Asian apps. So KakaoTalk in Korea, WeChat from Tencent in China, and of course Line here in Japan. These chat applications have found much better ways of monetizing their enormous user bases.
And it looks like Line is going to be the biggest tech IPO of the year so far. Do you think this is a good indication that tech stocks are going to be a good investment?
I think this Line for me is an Asia-only phenomenon, and I don't think you can draw a conclusion and say there's a causality for the entire tech market. There's going to be now more and more tech IPOs because of that Line IPO. People have been waiting, or investors have been waiting for Line to go IPO since about 2013, at least since 2014. So there's been a long build-up for this IPO. But I think this is very specific for this chat application. This is very specific for this company, and I don't see this Line IPO, even though it's pretty large scale, as an indicator for for any other tech companies that are, that might get listed or that are on the list to go IPO soon.
Bit of an isolated case. Okay, Dr. Serkan Toto in Tokyo, thank you very much.